Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Hi everyone, it's the Book Cougars, two middle-aged women on the hunt for a good read. I'm Emily.
And I'm Chris. And we have our ghost bingo card here to share with you all. We've talked about this. We introduced it on episode 227. And we just wanted to show it to you because we are proud of it. It's so much fun to put together bingo cards. What we do is we'll both brainstorm a list, and then we kind of go back and forth about it and decide what categories we want to use. Now, this year is a little bit different. Like we do have the quarterly read-alongs here, all four. On episode 227, I said that the Penguin book of ghost stories was going to be on the top row, but then we thought, no, that's a little weighty, and not everybody wants to read an entire book of ghost stories or short stories in general. So we put local to you. Now, up above here, it says that books, short stories, biblio adventures, movie adaptations all qualify for any of these squares. So this one local to you, that could be a biblio adventure, or just any kind of ghosty adventure, or it could be a book. I know for the holidays a couple of years ago, my sister sent me one of those locally published or regional focus books on like the ghosts of northern Alabama, because that's where she lives now. So that's going to be one on my list. So if you'd like to participate, you can go to our website, bookcougars.com, and download this as a PDF. And if you have any problems with that, just let us know. We're happy to help. We can also email it to you if you have issues. Okay. And then at the very bottom, you have until December 31st to send us your bingo card. You can go for one row. We got this free space here, or you can try and fill the whole card.
And just so you know, examples of like the Q1 read-along, first quarter read-along, is The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. And then this is also on the card. This is a companion read, A Rather Haunted Life by Ruth Franklin. This is a biography of Shirley Jackson.
Yeah, that's it.
And then we have, this is the Penguin Book of Ghost Stories that Chris was talking about, that we're reading a ghost story almost every week. We're taking the weeks off where we have the read-alongs. And we created a new tab on the website at bookcougars.com called Ghost Stories. And it lists, it's where you can download the bingo card. It also lists our quarterly read-alongs, and then there's a downloadable schedule for the read-along for this. Any other fun things we might be doing throughout the year, that would be a page on our website to bookmark and check back, because we'll be updating it throughout the year.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And we're going to talk about this on episode 228 as well, just to give everybody an update on, that square in particular, and, just some ideas. So we also have some classics on here in the field. So we have stuff like Rebecca by Daphne. Where is she?
Daphne du Maurier.
There she is.
That's on my list. I'd really like to read that.
The Shining by Stephen King, which I think should be required reading. Emily wouldn't let me pick it as a quarterly read-along, though.
No, I'm sorry, everybody. If anyone wants to do a buddy read with Chris for The Shining, but it is like 700 pages.
Oh, gosh. It's not that much, is it?
Okay, it's 672.
But it goes really fast.
Which is what she keeps saying to me.
I know.
I protected all of you from that, but feel free to read it.
So we're really looking forward to this. And we have a nonfiction square. Where is that one? There it is. A nonfiction book or article. So you could do a biography of a ghost story writer, or something like this. I just received this in the mail. I had to order it. Tales from the Haunted South, Dark Tourism, and Memories of Slavery from the Civil War Era. That's by Taya Miles, who I really enjoy her work. And when, I was just searching around for ghost stories, and this came up. So I'm looking forward to that one.
That's a good find. We also thought we would tell you about mail we've gotten. As you might imagine, we get lots of mail at Book Cougars HQ. We're very lucky.
We are.
Actually, I'm going to, of course, digress as we do. We have a new UPS delivery person, and basically he delivers something every day. And I have a sign on our door saying, please leave packages, because I don't want them to feel like, we have to be here to receive them. And so he knocked really loudly the first day he was delivering. It kind of startled me, and I went to the door. His beautiful blue eyes, gazed into them, and he said, you really want me to leave your packages at the door? And I said, well, it's mostly books. I said, it's not gold bars or anything. And he laughed and he said, well, I think books are pretty important. And I was like,
Nice.
You are the right delivery person for us.
Absolutely.
And now he still kind of knocks if he thinks I'm here, and he keeps peering around. So I think I might have to start asking him, what kind of books he likes, because I think he's curious.
Yeah. Interesting. That's
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
And it's an inside door, too.
Yes.
Like that we're talking about. Emily's not saying, leave it out in the snow.
Right.
It's an inside
Yeah,
door.
there's a long hallway, and so they're very safe from the weather.
Yeah.
And today he just delivered 2 copies of this book, which we had asked for. Thank you to the University of Illinois Press.
I found out about this book from a friend on Facebook who I used to work with. Almost Nothing, Reclaiming Edith Farnsworth. This is by Nora Wendell. And she is the niece of my friend. And I thought, wow, this sounds really interesting. So it's a look into Miles Vanderohe House, Edith Farnsworth House in Illinois. That is a glass house. It's one of his examples of his unique architecture. And his lover, I guess, was really kind of destroyed as being presented as just this angry woman. And her influence was, of course, erased, obliterated. And Nora is bringing it back to the light of day, the influence that she had on him. So let me just read this. Nora Wendell's audacious work of creative nonfiction explodes the sex and real estate myths surrounding the Edith Farnsworth house and its 2 central figures. An eminent physician and woman of letters, Farnsworth left a rich trove of correspondence, memoirs, and photographs that Wendell uses to reconstruct her voice. Farnsworth's memories and experiences alternate with Wendell's thoughts on topics like misogyny, the professional ambition to fashion, a lyrical examination of love, loneliness, beauty, and the search for the divine. So this sounds really fascinating. It's this pretty thin book.
It comes out on May 20th. It's 152 pages.
Yeah.
The cover is so compelling to me. I mean, now that you say it's a glass house, it kind of makes sense, but I'm very curious about this person laying on a mattress with booties on.
Yeah, I mean, I could never live in a house like that. I mean, I'd probably go broke having to buy curtains.
I don't know, if it faced the sea, I could do it. If there were neighbors, it'd be different.
Yeah, and this is interesting. There are color photographs in here, which is really neat. You don't often see color photographs. So here's a picture of Edith and Beth Dunlap. So, you know what? We have not talked a lot about architecture on our podcast. And I think I'm also interested in this because we're reading The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson, which has a lot to do with the architecture of Hill House.
Yeah.
So that is an interesting question about architecture and haunted houses.
Yeah.
How much of it is the aesthetic and poor craftsmanship or hidden quality craftsmanship that causes effects on humans. And then what do you do with the glass house?
Very
right?
curious. Yeah.
Yeah. So really looking forward to this one.
Yeah. We also, what else can we share? Oh, we thought listeners might want to get a peek at this. I know a lot of you enjoyed Killers of a Certain Age by Deanna Raybourn. I bought this and have yet to read it, but it's really on my list. People loved it. Well, lo and behold, a new book with the characters is coming out, Kills Well with Others. I love this cover. And it's blurbed on the top. It says, much like fine wine, battle-hardened assassins grow better with age. Lisa Gardner. Nice. That's a great blurb. And what did we find out? This is coming out March 4th. Yeah. So if you enjoyed this one, be sure to pre-order or tell your library, get it on hold with your library. Yeah,
Yes.
she's someone, she also had, when we were reading romance last year, she has a romance series that I was really interested in too. And that author's really on my radar.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have two to show. One that I had never, ever, ever heard of. Even I hadn't heard of the author either. Raphael Sabatini, Captain Blood. And this sounds so fascinating to me. I picked it up at our local library, the Guilford Free Library's free shelf. It was on there, and I saw the penguin, have to go and look at whatever the penguin is there. And this is about a pirate who becomes a pirate not for wealth and, riches and fame, but for reasons of social justice. So I thought that sounded really different, really interesting. Another book that I picked up there just for the cover. Look at that cover. Isn't that great?
Yes.
And this is The Withdrawing Room by Charlotte McLeod. Is that how you say that name?
Or McLeod?
McLeod? Yeah. You need not be a Yankee to enjoy the winsome tale of murder among the eccentrics of Boston's upper crust. And this is set in Beacon Hill, Boston.
Oh, Beacon
Yeah.
Hill. Interesting. That's kind of a swanky area of Boston.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar.
And it's published in 1980.
But it's not haunted. It's like a horror?
Yeah, this is more of a thriller.
A thriller,
A mystery
okay.
thriller. When I first saw it, I thought it might be kind of a horror. But it's more of a thriller.
Okay.
Mystery. Yes.
Do we have anything else we want to share?
How about Matthew's book?
I think we shared that already.
Did we?
Yeah, should we share it again?
Let's share it again,
Okay.
because we like Matthew.
Yes, we do. And it's out now. We shared it before it was out. This is
Yeah.
called Paris Undercover, a wartime story of courage, friendship, and betrayal. Matthew Goodman is a friend of ours. He's been on the podcast before to talk about some of his other books. I'll put links to those episodes. Or I think it's just one episode, right?
I think so.
Yeah, down below. I'll put a link. He actually has an event coming up on March 11th at the Guilford Library. If you are within distance of Guilford, please come. It's at, I believe...
It is March 11th at 7 p.m.
7 p.m. And he is a great narrative nonfiction writer. We'll put links to his website down below as well.
Yeah. And he has other events too, so check out his,
he's on tour now.
Yeah. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching up until this point. We appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, we would love your subscription to this YouTube channel. We're mainly podcasters, but we do love to make the videos as well.
Yes.
Happy reading!